sit down, get seated, okay? Withdrawal of the senses, concentration and meditation. So, reasonably important that we have a room of our own or a space of our own where we meditate, okay? It doesn't necessarily even need to be a room, it can be a corner of a room, but it's very important that you sanctify it, you make it sacred, okay? Potted plants, Mother Nature around there. Fresh cut flowers perhaps, okay? Negative ions, do any of you have a negative ion generator? Remember those? Yeah? Okay. Stained glass. Now we in the astrology arm of retooling and of Clairgate, we have your signs, and you can have them printed as a transparency if you wish. Okay, having the sign of your rising sign or your sun sign or your moon sign. Those are the three signs that are the ones of most import initially. Okay. Music, pictures of the masters, oming. This thing that we are going through right now, this oming, is called the eternal om. Go and find it. Go and find it in your Apple store or in your iTunes store or in your Amazon, whatever. Okay? It lasts an hour. Listening to an om, listening to Tibetan bowls, listening to whatever, this creates an integration of your senses. Just as we have rose oil everywhere, right? Just as we have the Tibetan singing bowls, just as we have oming. Okay? Now, I don't know if we have sandalwood. Ha ha ha, we do. Okay. Sandalwood. Whoops. Whoops. Beverly will get it. And that's jasmine. Now sandalwood is the ray of will and power, and that will be the ray 1, 3, 5, and 7. Can you still smell it? Yeah, just smell it. Okay. Ray 2, the ray of, what's ray 2, do you remember? The ray of love, wisdom. Ray 2 is activated by the use of jasmine. And ray 2 integrates with ray 2, 4, and 6, right? Those are the love rays. 1, 3, 5, 7 are the, say that again?
You want this jasmine passed around too?
Yes, please. Okay. Candles. Whoa, here's some candles right here in front of us, right? This is a physical, or I don't know whether fire is physical. What do you think?
It is, yeah. Plasma.
Plasma, yeah. It's probably a little beyond, but Amun-Ra is a candle is a direct manifestation of Amun-Ra, isn't it? Just as gold is, which we've learned in class, right? Serapis Bey, yes, indeed. Indeed. Okay, withdrawal of the senses. When you can find yourself in a position where you're really, really quiet, sometimes you lose connection with your body. Your body kind of disappears. Who's experienced that, right? Who's experienced the float tanks? Have any of you experienced float tanks? We had one of the Soul family go and experience a float tank, and her experience was very profound. She wrote a nice long description of how well it served her. There's float tanks in Marta Loop, and there's float tanks in Kensington. Just go and look them up. If that by Sunterra, yeah. I can't express my suggestion strongly enough that experiencing that is really quite an interesting expression of efforting to go and kind of lose yourself in a pool of water that's the same temperature as your body. Okay? And as you start to extricate yourself from identification with your body, then you can move to the emotions, and then you can move to the mind, okay? Spiritual diary. You all have your spiritual diaries going, correct? Okay, it's time. It's time to get those going. What happens if literally somebody was just waiting upstairs to hand out instructions and hand out directions, hand out gold coins? They're all waiting just upstairs. Now, in order to get there, you can't do it in your physical. You have to do it in other bodies. Okay? That's what we're here for. Okay? So, to say the spiritual diary is important is akin to saying the Pacific Ocean is damp. Okay? It's really important. It's a method by which you have soul contact. Okay? Breathing. So we live in a society, aside from the yoga participants, we live in a society where not only is breathing not thought of or talked about, it's just part of what you do. Can you imagine if you had to think to breathe? Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh, breathe, oh, breathe, oh, breathe, right? Some people, if under anesthetic, some people who are sensitive people actually stop breathing under anesthetic, okay, or under opioids. And so they have to be monitored in the hospital to make sure that they don't, from respiration cessation, okay?
Or in deep meditation.
And in deep meditation, yes, absolutely. But that is a controlled cessation of breath, not a drug-induced cessation of breath, right? Okay? When we express our willpower on our breath, we are doing what all the yogis do in training. Okay, so everybody take a deep breath in through your nose. Let's do this. And hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Now listen to your ego. Listen to the thoughts going on. You're expressing your willpower over your breath. Hold it. And release. Whew. Right? Exactly. Now, as we learn how to, with our willpower, how to control our breath, we learn how to get closer to the voice of the silence. Okay? This will sound like old hat, but it's from Blavatsky. Before the soul can see, the harmony within must be attained, and fleshy eyes be rendered blind to all illusion. Before the soul can hear, the image, man, has to become as deaf to roarings as to whispers, to cries of bellowing elephants as to the silvery buzzing of the golden firefly. Before the soul can comprehend and may remember, she must unto the silent speaker be united, just as the form to which the clay is modeled is first united with the potter's mind. For then the soul will hear and remember, and then to the inner ear will speak the voice of the silence. It's good stuff, eh? Okay. Prana. Pranayama. Control of prana, okay? Consciously manipulating and expressing your willpower over your breath, which you just did a few moments ago, right? So, prana is the energy field in which you reside. You are connected to Mother Earth. Have you seen anything on, whether it's Facebook or YouTube or whatever, on the torus field? Torus field looks like an energy field, like a donut around the Earth. You know, where it comes out the top and then it comes in the bottom. That's how your energy field works. You actually have an energy field around you that comes in through your root chakra, and it comes out through the top of your chakra, and it goes around like this, okay? And it looks like a donut, but it moves, okay? And this prana, this cosmic energy or life force, is everywhere. It's omnipresent. And as you become more aware of it, and as you become aware of how you can direct it or mobilize it to your benefit, you become able to activate all kinds of interesting evolutionary processes in your development. Okay? Ayama, that's restraint. That's ceasing to breathe. That's holding. Okay? Kumbhaka is the retention of the breath. There's the holding. Okay? Puraka is inhalation. Rachaka is exhalation. Okay? And as we control our breath, in and out, in, hold, and out, we try to go in to the count of whatever, however long it is, then hold it twice as long, and out. And then we go in, hold it twice as long, and exhale the same amount of time as we held. Okay? So let's play with this. Okay? So let's play with this. So let's Okay, so we're going to take a deep breath in. Are you all familiar with diaphragmatic breathing? You've taught diaphragmatic breathing? You remember? So it's kind of belly breathing. It's kind of belly breathing. So you express your breath through your diaphragm. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring it in, and I'll count slowly, and we'll stop when I think most of you have experienced a full inhalation. Okay. Now we're going to breathe in through our nose, please and thank you. Okay, you ready? So exhale first. And now let's breathe in. Okay, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold for 14. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Exhale to 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay, observations, thoughts.
Get a little bit lightheaded.
You do get a little bit lightheaded, don't you? Yes?
It'd be much more difficult if the hold was twice as long.
Well, there you go. And then you go 1, 4, 2, right? And that was a count of 7, right? We want to, in time, we want to see how many counts, how slowly you can breathe in, right? And we want you to play with that. Play with your breath. You're the master here. Express your mastery over your body, okay? And there's also a desire on the exhalation to just go, right? But there's 14, okay? You get to go and play with this, okay? You get to go and play with it. It isn't difficult to breathe, is it? It is difficult to express your will on your breath, okay? You up for playing with that? Okay. Now I'm going to introduce you to the bellows breath. Now the bellows breath, normally when we breathe into the lower, when we're breathing in through the nose, we breathe into the lower part of our cranial, or our, what are these called? Sinuses, right? So normally when we breathe in through our nose, now see if you can sense this, see if you can experience it. When you breathe in normally through your nose, you're breathing in here, into your lower sinus. Now what I want you to do is I want you to forcibly breathe in. Now can you feel it, that you're breathing in high? You're breathing in kind of behind your eyeballs in a sense, right? Yeah? Okay. So that is stimulating where? It's stimulating in the neighborhood of what? Exactly. And this is stimulating. This is electric fire, okay? This is a current in your head, an electric fire, okay? Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to teach you bellows breath. Okay. Bellows breath is quite rigorously imposing your will on the way you're breathing. Okay? 10 forwards, 10 to the left, 10 to the right, 10 forward. Okay? So that's 40 in total. But here's what we're going to do. Can we do that? Let's try that. Okay, so now we're going to do that 10 times. So this is 1. That's 1. Okay? Drink water right now, because this is going to dry you out a bit. This would be easier to do in the tropics, right? Okay, ready? Oh, you know what? What we'll do is this. We'll just... Now you're going to be all going at your own pace, but we want to kind of do it collectively. Okay, you ready? Okay, how's everybody's heads? And it's not easy to do, is it? You have to actually pay attention, don't you? How does your head feel? You do feel lightheaded, absolutely. Good, you've got some warmth, okay? Alkalosis, which is lightheaded, is recommendable. Don't do it until you, we don't want you to lose consciousness. If you do, when you wake up, don't do it as rigorously next time. Okay? Now, this is you imposing your will on your breath. Okay? Your will on your breath. Okay.
Question?
Say that.
Question?
Yes, absolutely.
How does it fit into meditation? I mean, I can get so in my head going 10, 10, 10, 10.
Yeah.
And how does it fit?
Ah, that's a great question. So be ever mindful that to prejudge your questions, right? How does this breathing fit in with meditation? Okay?
You would do it beforehand. Clears your mind.
Okay, it clears your mind. You do it beforehand. What else?
Stimulates your ajna.
Stimulates your ajna, yes. It also is a method. It is an occult method of extricating you from your body. Okay?
Brings the energy.
Absolutely. So,
It's like holotropic breathing.
Holotropic.
holotrophic breathing?
Is it that's what it's called?
Well, in a sense, I would expect, but I don't know. But what we're doing is we're training you so you can have a trigger, so you can pop yourself out of your body.
Yeah, when your mind is just going crazy and you need to, or feel a need to meditate, and that's one way you can just get yourself out of your mind.
There you go. So now, it's very hard for you to think when you're concentrating on counting how many breaths, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Other than counting my breath.
There you go. So that's pretty mindful of counting, right?
It kind of changes your perception after you get
It absolutely changes your perception, and it also changes your vibration.